Why not? We'll start right now. That's okay, isn't it? What's up, everybody? If you're here early, you're listening to my latest song I was writing, which I can show you. Well, you're already seeing it, but yeah, I have all the drums in here individually and all that stuff. Added some fills and everything, and a little bit of this, a little bit of that. This how it sounded yesterday and today. A little bit of life breathed into it. That's not what we're here for. It's not what we're here for, man. We're here for BAND-MAID. But the song is insane, and I love it. So I'm going to save it and get it out of here because it's taking up RAM. Well, I'll come back to that and we'll check it out later more completely. Here I am with no freaking water again. I'll be fine. I'll get some here in a minute. So, what do we got going on here? First of all, good morning. Oh, welcome. And I'm probably interrupting. Wait, we got this interview to go over. Is Peter Lim still on? Is he doing his thing? Maybe not. I don't know. I didn't intentionally avoid interrupting his stream today, but I might do that if it helps the situation here. Finished about an hour ago. Right on. All right, so maybe I'll get less people here because they're not going to jump from there to here. Oh well, I woke up later. Actually slept in, so that's why I was on later. May have had beers. Yeah, that could have been a factor. But we got Jeff Fennis here, Alessio Chitelli, Lunex, Kevin, and Nostalgia Trip Media, Jennifer Reed. All right, guys, welcome. Al Skindy, Kevin. Oh, Peter started earlier. It is what it is, man. We whatever. I don't think we're both set to a super tight schedule. But anyway, oh my God, pardon me. I need to get some water soon. Oh my gosh. So we're going to talk. There's a couple things that we need to go over. There is this, and I know this isn't the only place to see it, but somebody, oh, look at that guy. Somebody on my Patreon sent me a clip that kind of blew my freaking mind, dude. I watched it already, but that's okay. This dude, there's some mysteries revealed. One of them is that this guy is a fucking fantastic guitarist. And I will grab my guitar. What in the world? I'm not going to try and learn all of, hardly anything of this song. There's just a couple parts I have suspicions about things. I want to check it out. But yeah, excuse me. I need to get some water. I was fine a second ago, but I will be right back. the heck, man? What the heck? All right, I'm back. Hey, yippee. Okay. So, we have to talk about at least those two things. The new song, this interview, which I haven't read the interview yet, so I'm going to be reading a lot of it. The queens that dress up as maids. What the fuck, man? The heck, dude? Yeah. Recording light goes on. Everything goes to shit. Okay. So we just get into this interview? I have headphones on too, which is weird. I haven't done that really. I haven't listened to the song with headphones yet. Maybe I should do that too. Am I going to be able to make it? I think so. Okay. Here we go. We got another Barks interview about the song Ready to Rock and the anime. Rock is the lady's taste or lady's modesty. I've seen it expressed both ways. But here we go, man. BAND-MAID's new single, Ready to Rock, is the opening theme of the TV anime Rock is the Lady's Taste, which began airing on TBS April 3rd. However, this is a different dimension from the usual tie-ins. After all, the members of BAND-MAID are deeply involved in this anime, both visually and audibly. It can be said that the five of them can be seen through this story, which is set in a school and unfolds with characters such as Ririsa Suzunomiya, Kiratetsu Otoa, Tina Semi, and Kan Shiraya. I think they should tell for themselves what that means rather than for me to explain it. Let's get started. So if you're not, we'll just read it because I guess they'll explain it and I won't have to say it twice. I would like to ask you about Ready to Rock more than anything else. I watched the music video that was just completed, and it seems that Psyche will be called Psyche Sensei by everyone after this because she's appearing to be a teacher in the video, right? And Psyche laughs. Miku says, exactly right. And they ask, are you aiming to appear in a drama as a teacher? And Psyche says, no way, I'm not aiming for that at all. Teacher or queen, Akane says. And Miku says, there must have been some kind of drama like that, and they laugh. It seems like the video shoot was really fun. If you haven't, we'll take a look at the video today. Of course, this anime is set in a school. However, I was surprised that there was such an anime suitable for BAND-MAID. Miku says, I really think so. It was a work with a gap that we could relate to, so I thought what a perfect work for us. Psyche says, I agree. After receiving the story, when I read the original manga, I thought, oh, this manga is going to come out with Konami. And she laughs. First of all, there's a simple surprise there, and as I read on, I thought it's amazing that they match so much. And they ask Konami, did you feel that way yourself? And Konami says, I didn't think so. I don't say things like that. So he says, it's not that. It's a lot of overlap with the flow of the young lady holding the guitar. All the members think so. And laughs. Let me see. Maybe I should have read this. Ba, ba, ba. The word gorilla drum also appears in the manga. Akane says, that's part of it. I felt that there was something in common with us in terms of gaps and the focus of the instruments. I think it's quite common for people to want to sing, but here the instrumental element is very important. I thought it was really BAND-MAID in that it was a girl band and there was that aspect to it. Misa says, the character of Kanchan, who plays the bass, is also a little close to me. It's kind of cool and reticent. However, I think Riri and Kanami are closer, and Otoa also plays drums like Akane. Miku says the word gorilla drum also appears in the manga. Akane says, I've been told exactly the same thing, so I thought this might be exactly me. And she laughs. It seems like they're really just happy about being, oh, she's got an SG style bass too. It says, could it be that the creators were peeking into the inner workings of BAND-MAID? And Psyche says, do you have an insider? But really, I was so surprised that it was found out that I had been hiding it. So they ask, so there's a place where you can enjoy the story of a girl band set in a school while overlapping it with BAND-MAID, and Psyche says, that's right. In particular, the attitude or style of being serious about the instrument is something that we have in common, and although it is a little presumptuous, I think it can be enjoyed like a BAND-MAID anime. That's cool, dude. That's they're so close. They just need like officially their own. But I guess instead of doing that, that might be a little too self gratuitous for them. But they can do it this way. And Psyche says it can be enjoyed like a BAND-MAID anime. That's really cool. Oh, cool. All right, this is interesting, man. Okay, at the same time, don't you feel like you want to make a BAND-MAID anime? And Psyche says, Pony Canyon, come on. Miku says, that's one of our dreams. I think we've made some progress toward it. Ooh. They asked, did you create this song based on the content of the story? And Konami answers, hello, Bill. Bill, thank you very much, Bill Hallisey, for the super chat. He says, always appreciate BAND-MAID, and you, Ryan. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, and any and all donations are a welcome and appreciated. I haven't been able to do as much time as I like on my live streams and stuff. It seems like I've been doing more, but I don't know. I finally had some days off, and it's been a weird time lately. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, they asked, did you create the song based on the content of the story? Konami says, that's right. I read all the manga and then tried to think about what kind of image I wanted to create, but when I first presented a song that was typical of BAND-MAID and something a little catchy, Ready to Rock was of course the former, but everyone involved in the anime was also of the opinion that this was better. I thought that choosing this one instead of a catchy song might have the same maniacal sense as we do. Okay, so she presented a song that was typical of BAND-MAID and something a little catchy. Ready to Rock was, of course, the former. So she presented two songs. A catchier song, and then one that was more like BAND-MAID, as she says. And she said that she felt that Ready to Rock was, of course, the one that was more BAND-MAID than just catchy. So it was a wish come true for BAND-MAID. Konami says, that's right. I thought a catchy song would be a good touch, but my image at the composition stage was that the instruments, especially the guitar and drums, were fighting each other and that they were working hard together. So I tried to expand on that. However, when I did that, it became very difficult to play the drums. So I was a little sorry for Akane. Akane says, actually, it was tough. Now, keep in mind, dude, Konami writes these parts, and as much as I forget that she writes the drum parts. Like, the drums isn't just Akane going nuts. It's Akane actually fulfilling Konami's direction for the song. So when she says, oh, the parts became difficult for she felt bad for Akane, that means all the stuff that's in there, like, Konami wanted it that crazy. And then Akane's like, okay, yeah, I'll learn it. It's going to be tough, but I'll learn it. And I forget about that a lot. I've said, like a long time ago, and I actually thought that, I'm like, no drummer, nobody tells a drummer what to play or like writes the drummer's parts, because the bands I've been in, we just jam and the drummer comes up with parts and then that's it. Like, you may have suggestions, but the drummer has the final say. And again, Akane has the final say, but she's always trying to serve the song. So if there's a part in there that Konami feels needs to be in there, she will do whatever she can to do it, which is pretty amazing, I think. So to have for both of them, have the comfort and reliability of being able to write whatever you want without worrying about if it will be performed or not, like knowing that it can be done, and then Akane knowing that Konami will expect so much from her that she will have to work hard at it. It's pretty amazing. So, where was I? Yeah, Akane says, actually, it was tough and laughs. In the teaser video that was released in advance, the guitar and drums were battling each other. When I saw that, I was like, oh my god, that's the intro, which is pretty much exactly what I said. But did you intend to make that part an intro from the beginning? Konami says that was written as an intro from the beginning, but at the beginning there was also a song on it. However, Psyche suggested that since this is the kind of story we have, it would be better to make the drums and guitar stand out more. Personally, I tend to make things with Psyche's songs in mind, with her singing in mind, I think is what it means. And I like that way of making things, but it made me realize, oh, that's a good way of thinking. As a result, the length of the intro, Psyche says it's doubled from the beginning. So this is the dynamic that makes them so amazing, dude. So she said it was written as an intro from the beginning, but they were singing on it. And Psyche's like, how about you don't put singing on, just let it be the drums and guitar. That's awesome, dude. So it doubled the length of it. That's awesome, dude. What's up, Chilatzi? Welcome. JMCM. Why don't I have my other doc up here? We got 50 people in here. That's awesome, man. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. If you're, I imagine most of you know why you're here, because we're talking about BAND-MAID. If you're just skipping in for the heck of it, we're talking about BAND-MAID, and there's a Barks interview which I'm going over for the first time. But yeah, welcome all from all over the world. This is awesome that we can just do this. All right. Nowadays, the interviewer says, nowadays people tend to shy away from songs with long intros, but I'm excited to see how the song starts. But for Kanye in particular, it's like a trap is set at the beginning of the song. We can't afford to stumble there. This is going to be nuts live, dude. The Kanye says, that's right. Since you step on the twin pedals from the first shot of the count. In the past, many BAND-MAID songs tend to gradually step on the ground from around the middle, but this song, I can't gradually get used to it. So it's like just to the floor from the start. It's max power from the head, isn't it? Like he says. Kanye says, that's right. In previous songs, there were many cases where it gradually increased and exploded with a guitar solo, but in this song, there's a lot of pressure that you can't hit it with force from the first shot. However, the character Otoa is a master of transcendent technique, so I felt that I couldn't lose her. In a way, it's like carrying Otoa on your back. Man, this is awesome. That's interesting. In a way, it's as if the character of Otoa has been possessed. Akane says, in fact, it became a rivalry in my mind. If you read all of the original story, you'll see that their drums are really in the spotlight. So I was like, I'm going to do it. In a way, I was completely inspired by the work. That's awesome, dude. I mean, I haven't read the manga. I haven't even seen the show. But to know that it's so much in their minds, all of their tie-ins have been. Like, they really dedicate from the music, or from the show, they put it into the music as much as they can. So yeah, it's awesome to read. So interviewer says, what's more, everyone's movements are captured by motion capture, and there are parts of them that are possessed by anime characters. I also watched the video of the shooting, and I felt like I was witnessing a very rare sight. It kind of says it's a full body tights. Psyche says, I was exposed to a rare appearance. Seeing them. Miku says, Kapato did not participate, but looked like you couldn't imagine her from her maid outfit. Let's see. To be honest, I think Kavato's saying that she couldn't imagine not being in her maid outfit and performing, maybe. But you had Konami and Akane, and just like, because when you motion capture, you gotta wear like a pretty tight suit so you can see all the movements, and it has like these little markers on the body so the cameras can catch it. You've probably seen that stuff. Yes, to be honest, I thought, is it okay to publish this figure? Psyche says, it seems that the husband and daughter, the masters and princesses, as the fans call them, were more attentive. What? Were more attentive, and some people were like, I'll try not to look at it too much, as it was very new to us, and as we had more opportunities to shoot, we got used to it in a weird way. Was I getting numb? I was like, isn't this also an ant? I don't know what this is trying to say, what she's trying to say. If anybody understands that better than me, go ahead and explain. What's up, Yabusume UK? Welcome. I hear that it's really good, man. And there's that ghost dance thing, which I did react to that on a live stream. it seems that the husband and daughter, as the fans call them, were more attentive, and some were like, I'll try not to look at it too much. It was very new to us, and as we had more opportunities to shoot, we got used to it in a weird way. Psyche was saying. Was I getting numb? So was she getting used to? So I think it was very awkward to do the scenes, shoot the scenes in the motion capture because the suits were so tight and just such a different look. And maybe, well, I mean, let's face it, we don't see a lot of their bodies actually from when they're in their battle gear. So I think that's was a little weird to see. And then so they got used to it in a way, and getting a little used to it, I think, is what it was. Like, also, isn't this an ant, like, being watched so closely? And maybe that's what she's trying to say. Then when the interview says, when you decide to do the next extra edition live, everyone in that appearance in the Reckless Swing Corner. This translation is okay. So I think he's asking if they're going to dress up like that for the next live appearance. And Psyche says that's absolutely disgusting. And Akane says it's really tough to serve in that outfit. Konami says it's embarrassing after all. Misa, I'd rather have the waiter we appear in character. And Konami says, I'm sure we will do that in the future. I don't know, dude. The translations from Barks aren't usually this rough. Miku says, in the future, BAND-MAID will become virtual someday. When that time comes, Kabata will have the opportunity to wear it. Psyche, does that mean that if you can do it virtually, you can serve forever? Oh, that's what Psyche says. Does that mean if you can do it virtually, you can serve forever? And Konami says, when people are in their 50s or something, I want them to enjoy the way we are now virtually. It's a story that transcends time and space, Akane says. Right on. So they're just talking about, they'll just go on forever. They'll have their avatars. Okay, so it was your first experience with motion capture, right? Wasn't it interesting to see how their movements were reflected in the video? Konami says, I was impressed. What can I say? Of course, it's the performance scenes, but when you wear it, you can capture everything you look like before you hold the instrument. It was very interesting and a fresh experience at that point. My movements are absorbed by the anime characters. Psyche says, and Kanchan, you're wearing gloves, aren't you? Misa, oh yes, the gloves were quite heavy, and at the beginning of filming, it was like, this is a lot of muscle. Oh, so they actually got the hand movements from the motion capture? I didn't realize that. That's pretty cool. So Misa, okay. So it was tough to play with the gloves on. Psyche says, each finger has a sensor. It's different from Misa's original way of playing, but I've been getting used to it gradually. When the anime was first completed, I was really impressed because the appearance of the ring was to Misa and Otowa was to Akane. Like, they really, you could tell. You could just tell by their movements, I think. Kavado says, I didn't go to the motion capture site, so I didn't know what it was like when I received the finished PV, but I was really surprised to find out that even the quirks of each member were reflected in the anime. I was like, oh, the members are in the anime. Akane says, the motion capture seems to be used in quite a lot of fields in this day and age. The movements of anime characters are often drawn based on it. It seems that such technology is also used in scenes where many people are walking. It was one of the things I really wanted to do, so I was very happy. Interviewer says, so your long-cherished wish as an anime otaku has come true. Akane says, oh my god, I've always said that I wanted to go to the world of anime, but I thought this is what it means to be in anime. That's really cool, man. Oh my god, there's 4 pages. Awesome. Then we'll take a look at photos and stuff. It's saying the suits are too revealing for Japanese girls. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Like, it took a little getting used to, but then they get used to it. Okay. Interviewer says, I was finally able to step into the world. Oh, wait. Akane is still going here. I was finally able to step into the world of anime. Speaking of which, you also had the opportunity to greet the stage with the voice actors. When I saw that situation, I was so uncomfortable that I thought, isn't it possible to work as a voice actor? Akane says, it's a dream. That's one of the things I want to do. Konami says, I am. No, you can't. Kabata says, I think it would be possible to do it with the voice of a character like Konami. Konami says, I'm traumatized. Before I started BAND-MAID, I auditioned a lot when I was a singer-songwriter. I even auditioned for voice acting. That's when I realized how bad my acting. Kabato and Akane are also very good at acting. No, you can do it with Konami now, Misa says. Akane says, yes, I can do it now. During the motion capture, Konami's performance was the most amazing. Saiki says, I was really into Risa. Miku says, it seems that there was a request to raise your legs during the shooting, but when I saw the video of the shooting, I was surprised that you could have such legs while holding a guitar. It was like she really became Risa-chan, and it was cool. Doing all the kicks and stuff. Konami says, well, I'm going to be a voice actor someday. Saiki says, if that happens, we won't be able to release new songs. She'll be too busy voice acting. So I think they're just having fun with it, man. They could do it. What's up, Scott? How you doing, man? Interviewer says, let me ask you about the lyrics. The lyrics of Ready to Rock are made with the words ready and lady as portamento, right? Psyche says, that's right. I made it with the image of two characters interacting with each other. This is because there were quite a few scenes in the manga where the characters were inciting and cursing at each other, which is impressive, so I wrote it with that in mind. Also, the title Ready to Rock itself is actually a tentative title given to the other two demos we had originally made. To the other of the two demos we originally made. A catchy song that wasn't selected as a result. It was a word that suited the song, so I thought it would be fine. Konami says, I'm very happy to be selected for the demo title. When you give the tentative title to a demo, do you choose words that might be inspiration for lyrics? Konami says, I've been thinking about that a little bit lately. In the past, I often use words like pancakes and muffins as temporary titles. Akane says there was also Rooibos tea, right? Miku Kubato says muffins later became shambles. The tentative title for Corallian was latte. Dude, this is so freaking awesome. Konami is so sweet. Shambles was muffins. Muffins was what? That heavy freaking song was called Muffins. I love it. I love it. Corallian was latte. Rooibos tea was black hole. Akane says, I was writing the score at the time of recording and the tentative title was still written on it, so all the temporary titles of the past are still there. Oh my god. The mind of Konami. Interviewer says, it would be interesting to publish a tentative title together someday. Going back to the lyrics, did you take the image of the story and the characters into play, but also weave in your own statements? That's awesome, dude. That is so cute. Food and tea. Pancakes and muffins. So I'm going to start doing. I'm going to think of what food I'm thinking of when I'm writing a song next time. Okay, so did you take the image of the story and the characters into play, but also weave in your own statements? Psyche says, that's right. As someone who works in this music, there are a lot of things that I can relate to in the story. When BAND-MAID was just beginning, people tended to be judged by their appearance, or they had preconceived notions, and there was a point where they couldn't get to the point where they could listen to songs. I was very frustrated in that way. So I can understand the frustration of the characters in the film. In the past, we used to think, shouldn't we give up such a dream, or isn't it impossible? That's what I was told. In retrospect, I think those words may have come out as kindness, but at the time I was very skeptical and wondered, what are you talking about? I am proud that we were able to get to this point by encouraging each other while valuing teamwork and believing that we are not wrong. That's why I wrote it with feeling that it would be nice to make it a kind of cheering song for people who are feeling such frustration. Yes, I think that lyrics certainly have that kind of power. Man. Psyche says, although things have changed a lot in this day and age, there are still many negative effects on women's lives. So I wanted to say, you don't have to give up because someone tells you to. And I wanted to say, you don't have to give up as an option. That's what I wanted to call out. You don't have to give up just because you're a woman. And I wanted to convey how wonderful it is to follow your dreams. So I came up with these lyrics. That's pretty insightful, dude. That's cool. I have to look at the lyrics again. In terms of music and lyrics, it's very much in line with the story, but it's also very BAND-MAID-like. The fact that you were able to achieve both of these things must give you a sense of accomplishment as a composer. don't you think? Konami says, that's right. Of course, it's a song based on work, but we were able to make it a song that was full of our strengths and BAND-MAID, and the anime production team said it was very good. It was very rewarding, and I was happy to be pleased, and I was happy to be accepted, even if I exposed myself a little bit, like maybe opened up a little too much for the BAND-MAIDiness, maybe? Kabato says, the song and the atmosphere of the anime really match perfectly. Anyone who listens to it should feel that way. In fact, when I talked with Mr. Fukuda, the author of the original work, I was very happy to hear him say it's just the perfect song. So Kabato says she's very proud of Konami, who composed the music, and Saiki, who wrote the lyrics. That's awesome, dude. What's more, this song is a bit different from BAND-MAID's previous fast and intense songs, isn't it? Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Misa says, okay, so interviewer asked if the song is a bit different from BAND-MAID's previous fast and intense songs. Misa says, that's right. When I first listened to it, I thought it was a very exciting song, but not only because it was cool, but also because it was interesting. Because of that, I had a strong desire to liven up the song itself at the same time as the anime. It was a lot of fun to think about the bass line. When guitar and drums are playing, the bass is subdued, but how do you know how to do it there? She says, I also thought about whether or not to leave a sense of presence, and I really enjoyed that kind of bargaining. That's why I'm really looking forward to performing this song at a show. So, man, I need to hear the song with headphones on and really give everything a listen. You know I'm blown away by it anyway, and I've caught moments of what Misa was doing, but I'm really interested in what she's doing because that song is so insane. There's so much drums and guitar taking up so much space. I need to see what she's doing and how she manages to do her crazy bass lines and make it work. Which is, I mean, that's the case with any song, but this song is so dense. So when it comes to playing a live show, there's a lot of pressure on you, isn't there? Akane says, definitely, and last, but as long as I can step on the twin pedals for the first time, I'm not afraid of anything anymore. Moreover, I have a feeling that I will be doing this song as a first song someday, and I am prepared for it, so I am much more excited than scared right now. Awesome. She's a warrior, man. Speaking of which, you mentioned earlier that the characters are swearing at each other, and there are certainly some amazing words flying around, such as this non-combustible garbage. So I'd like to ask you, even in BAND-MAID, where the good friendship between the members is well known, do you ever get into swearing at each other? Kabato says, as expected, we have never cursed each other with strong words like the dialogue in this anime. Saiki says, there are times when words like bar cover come up. Bar cover? There are times when we argue like elementary school students. Akane says, Saiki says, I don't have any scary words. However, I have a feeling of longing because you don't have the opportunity to say those words on a daily basis, and laughs. Akane says, come to think of it, the terrible words that appear in the anime have a mosaic sound. And in the case of this work, instead of the usual beep sound, we use the sound that we recorded. For example, in the case of the drums, a snare sound is used, and a sound like green of a guitar is covered. They're using instrument sounds to edit the curse words. Is that what they're saying there? It seems they were able to collaborate with anime in the true sense of the word. Saiki says, I never thought I'd be so deeply involved. Konami says, speaking of which, it's been 5 years since you started playing the piano, and Tina, who appears in the story, has a piano background but has never played the keyboard in a band. So in a way, I had to play a little poorly, and that was very consistent with Saiki's playing. Saiki says, I started playing the piano just to play and narrate, so I rarely played single note melodies. It seems that such a beginner's feeling was just right, and laughs. Konami says, and a result of practicing for that, Saiki became very good at piano. Saiki says, I think I've been trained. Akane says, I think everyone has gotten better through this experience. And Misa says, it's completely different because I'm a 5-string pick player, while the ring is a 4-string finger player. But I think that by doing that, I was able to expand the range of my play and grow a little bit. She's being modest, of course, because she isn't a 5-string pick player. She's a 5-string player who uses pick and finger style and slap whenever it needs to be, and she's equally good at all of it, I think. All right, and so interview says, in a sense, there were some things that were recklessly shaken by the anime side. That kind of says, that's true. I never thought I'd be on the twin pedals like that. However, as I stepped on the twin pedals for a long time, I naturally got better at it and gained strength. Konami says, you usually play BAND-MAID songs all the time, don't you? On the other hand, in this project, we do what is required of us. It was a great opportunity for me to practice because I was able to have that kind of experience for the first time. I wanted to play according to the character of the characters, but I also wanted to bring my own personality to it, so that made me think about a lot of things. In many ways, it was a very useful opportunity with all those new songs coming out one after another. The tour is getting closer and we can't wait to hear Ready to Rock live. These photos are fantastic. Is that? Okay, that's the interview. So they're looking forward to playing live, which is fantastic. We will. These photos are great, man. The sweetest guitarist. She looks so intense. Man, that's awesome. Cool interview. Very cool interview. It's just cool that they really they get a lot. They gain a lot from doing it, and they feel they grow and become better as they worked on it. Twin pedal and drums, forget my comment about what? This is one of the most complex songs. Yeah, Ready to Rock is insane. So, where the fuck did it go? So yeah, Frank Andre sent me this clip. It says, Ryan, this video clarified a great many things about Ready to Rock. And it's this dude who I need to look at more. Legu Music? I was pretty blown away by what I saw. And we'll check it out. Oh, well, difficult. It's really cool, but it's terrible difficulty. The fourth bar of score D is a phrase that completely exceeds my skill. When I'm recording, I'm doing something different. The video is somehow closer, but it doesn't play completely. The scene in the first episode of the main story where Risa realizes her defeat in a session with Ottawa is understandable. Alright. So this made me afraid to even try anything from this song. This dude goes through the whole song with tabs. So, I mean, if anybody's going to learn from it, this would be the way to do it. But watch what this guy's doing. And just be blown away. This is insane, dude. It is insane. I'm not sure about the volume on this, where we're at here. Should be okay. So, oh my God! Not only I gotta hear it. I gotta hear the original. I mean, oh, this is nuts. That's insane, dude. This guy's amazing. So not only is she using a harmonizer, which already gives you 2 notes per every note you play, she's playing double stops, which I thought she was doing in the video. I alluded to it, I think, when I was watching it. She's not just doing like single finger do 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 do. That would be easy to do the harmonizer. She's doing double stops on it, so it's even hard. It's more difficult. She never does anything the easiest way. She always does it the way that sounds the best, no matter what, and it is nuts. But yeah, dude, it's insane. I was wondering if she didn't use a harmonizer, if it was just the double stops, but there is a harmonizer on it because there's a higher, it's like an octave or whatever. I'm telling you, dude, hats off to this dude because he's playing incredibly well and precise, and to Konami for putting in those little quarter bends and all these little touches that are just you don't catch. Oh, of course. I'm telling you, even those little slides up there are like, I can barely pull them off. Now, he just played the part that Konami did with like single notes, but he did it with playing fucking chords. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god. So, here's a link to this guy's channel. Did I comment on this? My hats off to you, sir. Won't make sense. I don't know, dude. That's insane. In a studio. Yeah, sure. You imagine playing that shit live. This is like everything she does that blows my freaking mind. She put into the song. The double stops, playing single note. Well, not single finger, but double stops, just playing 2 notes at a time. Instead of like a whole chord, you're playing 2 notes. It's just called a double stop for whatever reason. So using that all over the place, and the octaves and all the hand movements, dude. It's just insane. It's insane. What's up, Hoagie? There's a fucking drum cover too. Oh my god. Get the fuck out of here. I better put BAND-MAID. Fucking dude, these people are insane. Insanely talented. Makes it look so freaking easy, dude. What the fuck? What's up, Mika? How you doing, man? shit. Yeah, let's subscribe to this dude. You deserve it, man. That's insane, dude. What's playing? The talent people have, dude, is insane. It's nuts, dude. I'm blown away. It's amazing. What are you guys saying? The writing and the vocal melodies in this are so layered and intricate and reveal themselves so much with repeat listens. They always do, but really next level on this. Nostalgia Trip Media says, yeah. Oh, God, there's so much to unpack with this song. Miku's mini solo. Yeah, I mean, that's cool, too. I wish they would just have her do, like, a longer one. But maybe, I don't know. It might have been with, like, just more of an aspect related to the anime. I don't know, man. Why it's so small. Maybe it's just, I mean, that's going to be like, it's almost trickier to do is have like one focused part on you for like that long and then back into the rhythm. I don't even know what the fucking rhythm guitars are doing in this song, dude. It's so insane. I barely even listen to just what Miku's doing the rest of the time. Da, ba, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. Punk Rocket. Never really seen drum covers for this. Ryan, did you check out the simplified instrumental I sent? You can hear Miku's part better. I have not. I will check that out. Yabasumi UK says, I wonder if Miku will appear as a motion capture character. Yeah, I think. I know she keeps saying, "Well, I didn't do this. I didn't do that." Was there? I mean, there's only one guitarist in the band. I guess that's probably why she didn't in the anime, so it wasn't needed for another guitarist. I mean, I don't know why. It seems like if the opportunity would be there, she would do it, of course, but it just wasn't. I don't know, man. It's like a kind of a bummer hearing her say that, or seeing her say that all the time. But I think it probably comes across more of a bummer than what she's actually saying. That's just the fact that she didn't do it. Hell, she could have just been busy. I don't know. But this is insane, dude. This is insane. The drums of the original song are not at a level that I liked. I misunderstood the position of the snare beat in the chorus and wrote it down when I was transcribing. Oh, okay. Right on. That was nuts, dude. All right. Where... Let me see what... Oh, that's... Where'd you put that, instrumental version. Which one, Mikoto? The default high resolution version? Okay, let me download that. So this is instrumental that I'll mute this. Is it possible to... When does it start? Oh, I got it pretty close. that up so good. God damn, dude. So amazing, man. Okay. I made the mistake of playing the video and syncing it up because I didn't listen to it as much as I wanted to. Somebody said, I haven't seen VLC for so long. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just what works, what we've used. Let's see. 328,000 views on their video so far. That's awesome. Alan and Champ did a review of the split tracks. Some cool insights. That's cool. Nice to know they're doing stuff. Not that I fucking knew about it. What's up, Frank Andre? Yeah, dude. We just checked out that dude's cover, the guitar cover of that, and it blew my freaking mind, dude. Blew my mind. Thanks for sending that over. DNF has his work cut out for him for sure. Yeah, this song is insane. It's Black Hole Giovanni level insanity. And I'm so happy that something that crazy is as popular as it is, because when people hear that and they're like, what the fuck is this? And I want to hear more, they're going to go to BAND-MAID and they'll find stuff like this, but they're going to find stuff that's like easier to audibly digest, you know what I mean? Like as intense as it is when they go and find stuff that's not so intense, I think they'll more comfortably kind of dive into everything else they do, which I think will be great. Oh my God, dude. But yeah, I didn't listen to it. I was watching the video. I mean, I was listening to it, obviously, but that drummer's cover kind of blew me away because it looked, I mean, cheers to the drummer because he looked like Chill playing it. For as nuts as it sounds. But part of that is me not being a drummer and not understanding how the drums work. So a lot of those sounds, there's so much kick, and there's like a couple hits with drums, and then the kick, then a couple hits with drums. So it's like digga 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 digga, which I like when it's like, what's going on? Like there's so much interplay between everything and the kick that you think that would just be arms flailing around like crazy, but it's not. It's more feet. Yeah, incredible, man. Dude, that instrumental sounds fantastic. Like better than most of, I don't know. It sounded great. There wasn't any like artifacts. It just sounded really, really good. Yeah, and I don't even want to start learning. I do want to start learning some of it, but I don't, because I know I cannot play at that level. It's beyond me, dude. Especially like parts, I can learn parts, but there's some of those parts where it's just speed picking that I'm just not good at. And putting it all together, hell no, dude. But yeah, that instrumental sounded incredible, dude. I think I might keep it. Yeah, no swirliness, no artifacts from stuff being taken out. So thanks for that. Fuck yeah, that was amazing. High-res audio source. Yes. Well, that's fucking great. Man, what an incredible song. I'm happy about it. One-way ticket to Japan to see BAND-MAID perform this live. What's up, BM for life? Yeah, dude. God. I want to listen again. I played that on yours, not mine. Whoa. Hear that again. I want to hear that again. Is that really what it looks like to play that? Like from... That's insane, dude. Drummers are wizards. I'm convinced. Sounds like maybe there's a little more going on in Akane's than what the guy did. Okay, the cover's missing some notes. Okay. That's what I was like. I think there's some stuff happening there that wasn't shown in there. There's some more handwork going on with Akane's version. Is there more drum covers? Is that the one I looked at? This is one I watched. What about this one? little bit more going on in this one, right? Maybe a little more accurate. Seems a little more accurate. I'll say this. It's a lot easier to write drums than to play drums that have been written. I can write a crazy drum pattern. No, it is awesome to she put all this together, you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah. So, and I say this with no discrediting the previous cover we watched. This is a little more accurate, but I appreciate the rawness of the first one to where you could tell it was like what was being played was being played. This seems like very more maybe highly produced, which sounds great. It sounds very triggery, which it doesn't take away from what the guy's doing. But I like the rawness of the other one, where it's like the kit, you know what I mean? But this is insane, dude. Nuts. Let's hear the rest of it. Symbols on this. Pretty awesome though. I mean, it looked good. Fucking crazy, dude. I mean, that's insane. What is this? Oh, this is a clip from the beautiful Akane. Awesome. Awesomeness. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, ba. Bill says, can you imagine being in the audience the first time that they play this live? Fuck, man. Yeah, that would be awesome. Hoagie says, I think they have more of a back and forth drum construction since COVID. They spoke about it in some interviews. Yeah, we went over that Barks interview, and Konami's like, yeah, I knew it was going to be difficult for Akane. So I think she's still just like writing it, but yeah, I don't think... I mean, they communicate about everything, man. It's not like, do this or else... It's like, do this. They're like, I'll do my best. And then they work it out. But it's insane, dude. That's awesome. Konami and Misa will do an extended intro for the live version. You think? I don't know, man. I don't know. Anything's possible. But that's going to be nuts. They said they want to play it first. Or Connie says she wants to play it first, like to open up. First song of the shows. Maybe just to get it out of the way. What's up, Luca Marini? How you doing, man? So freaking cool, man. I don't know what to do now. Pretty much all I had going on. I meant to listen to the bass a few times now, and I just haven't. It's so distracting. So what's up, everybody? Welcome. What should we check out now? Huh? Mikoto, have you taken the ghost dance and separated... By chance, have you done that and like separated the spoken lines out of it and leveled everything out? That's something I want to do, but Moises, what I use sucks at separating the tracks and having it sound good. Hell yeah, we're gonna go right here, dude. That's what we're doing. We're gonna chill out a little bit. Feels so slow. Maybe it is. It's like he has so much fun singing this song. What a fun song, dude. What's up, Topographic? How you doing? What a freaking awesome song. They're so happy. That's awesome, dude. What a great video. Miku with her Just her, I look forward to so much of her background vocals, like making like memorable moments in the song. You know, and Misa doing her combination pick and slap, her hybrid style now, which I didn't really notice before. Konami just super happy, just super happy. So fucking cool, dude. So cool. Topographic says, "Hi Ryan, BAND-MAID has just about ruined me for listening to anything else. What makes other things listenable for me is the fact that they don't sound like anybody else. So I never go into another song comparing it to BAND-MAID. And the other stuff I listen to is so far removed from it. It's just a bunch of heavy shit or sludgy, dirgy grunge stuff that is, it's the mood. Like, you know. But yeah, if you go into it like, I want to hear something like BAND-MAID, you can't really listen to anything else. You just got to throw on BAND-MAID. And I think what really kills it, like separates them from everybody else, is Psyche's voice and how her and Miku work together. Because there's other bands that are comparable instrumentally, right? But it's the vocals in those other bands that instrumentally there may be comparisons, but the vocals always throw me off. It's how unique Psyche's voice is. It's different, man. Very, very different. Yeah, I still listen to a ton of music, you know. I mean, obviously the live streams I listen to a ton of stuff, but on my own I'm always kind of with spending 8 hours a day at work with a couple other guys and trying to like find things we can all listen to, but it doesn't, you know, feature one type of music because I hate listening to the same thing all day. You know, I listen to a lot of music. Even on my own, I listen to different stuff, but usually when I'm by myself, I end up listening to BAND-MAID. Or something like I heard recently that really piqued my interest. Or like, you know, when Lauren Babbitt comes out with stuff, I'll listen to her stuff or whatever. But if I know I'm in for like a long drive or something, it's BAND-MAID. Yeah, we have both kinds of music here. BAND-MAID and not BAND-MAID. Yabusame says, I listened to Metallica's Black album and Load this week for the first time in years. They just didn't hit like they used to. No, dude. Oh, they're so fucking slow. The Black album. It's so basic, dude. I still prefer Metallica's old shit. You know. Kevin says, I love how Psyche's voice conveys both strength and vulnerability at the same time, and also that it's emotional, not just vocal technique. Yeah. Bow, bow, bow. What? Oh. What? What did you send me? What is that, Mikoto? It says Offline OKG 3 Misa. Trying to figure out what I got here. Do it. Oh, this. Oh, I thought it said a minute 18. It's the whole freaking concert. Shit, dude. I got that much time. What's up, Ken Nagawa? Welcome. dude. Holy shit. Turn me on now. What? When was this one? Quick shout out to Bill Hallisey. $50 super chat. Quartermaster veteran. $25. Thank you guys so much. You guys appreciate it. Let me. Oh God, no, I'm not gonna mess with it. Let's keep it. What's up, M&D? What's up, Mitchell's Talking Gig? Welcome. It's awesome, dude. Awesome. I wish I could just listen to the whole thing, but I can't. I should have like a special thing for that. I don't know. I forgot where I put the master list of which version live edits I used. They all had video except maybe one song. Flag Checker says, speaking of great basic arena rock, how about Thrill or Dragon Cries? It hits different at 20,000 watts, a 17,000 seat venue. AC/DC made a career from a steady beat and power chords. Thrill, yeah, they're good. They're great songs, dude. There's so many songs. I don't quite get. I like Thrill as a song. It's a good song. There's record of me geeking out over it when it came out, but I think there was just so much of songs that are so much better. You know what I mean? It's a cool song, but I don't know why. I don't know. There's so much better stuff out there by them. And that's not saying it's bad. You know how much I dig it, but when I heard that, I'm like, dude, this is awesome. And then I heard other stuff. I'm like, oh shit, I had no idea. Yeah, QV, we can do that for sure. All right, man. I do got to go. I got some stuff I got to do today. Some tires to put on a truck, and that's just stuff we got to do. But he mixed in special arrangement versions in these. What do you mean? You're being very vague, Mikoto. Special arrangement versions in these. So this isn't like just the straight from the show? Thrill was the base to jump forward. Yeah, Thrill is. It's always going to be important. It's always going to be a key song of theirs. But you'll never hear me say that was one of their best songs ever. 'Cause it's just not. It's a cool song, but it's got one of my favorite solos of Konami's for sure. It's a great solo. But yeah, I don't know. I started to sign off. I should go. I need to go. Thank you guys for hanging out. What's up, Grady? Welcome, man. Yeah, it's so cool to do these. I will keep doing them as long as I can. And there were live only arrangements mixed in. All right. Well, we'll check that out in whole sometime. And keep doing what you're doing for us and your country. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. Have a great week, everyone. Yes, thank you, everybody. Have a great week. I'll be back Tuesday for my request stream, Thursday for the Patreon stream on Twitch, and Sunday for another BAND-MAID Appreciation Day. And somewhere in the middle there, I'll probably do something too. All right. So, have a good day. If you've been lurking the whole time, thanks for lurking and listening. If you've been chatting, thank you for chatting. And if you gave me a super chat, thanks for helping me keep this channel going. Have a good week. Thank you, Kevin.